On this election day in the United States, I have a couple of things that I would like to share with you. And I am going to be talking about Trump. I'm going to be talking about celebrities in general. And this is not at all a I am for or against Trump. This is not a I am for or against terrorists. This is not an endorsement of any kind. And I will not be telling you, I'm about to go to the voting booth here in a little bit, and I won't be telling you who I'm voting for because it doesn't matter, and you'll see why I'm not going to tell you, because we'll get into it. Okay, so I did this video earlier, and I didn't come across in the way that I wanted it to come across. And my intention for doing this video is because I have been watching things unfold for quite some time now. Now, it's not to say that like everything I see is like, ooh, the truth, ooh, but I have been observing and watching things unfold. And one of my things that I love is watching human behavior and understanding it and studying it. I've based my entire career on being with humans, like being with humans. And I will not make this video long, I promise you. But back in 2016, when Trump got elected, everyone was flipping out. And I have my own thoughts about it, my own feelings about it. And for about a good 3 or 4 months, I was working at that time one-on-one with people. And people would come to my actual office. This was before COVID, right? And one client after the next, we spent 90 minutes talking about how much they hated Trump or how much fear they had around Trump. Okay. And I was sitting with it, and I wanted to help people get to what was underneath it. But sometimes people were so activated by it that it was like, all we did was talk about how much they hate Trump. And I started to see a pattern here, and I was like, wow. Since the moment that man came down the steps on the escalator, he has shaken things up. Whether you like him or not, he has shaken things up. Now, again, this is not an endorsement. I want you to hear, or it's not a for or against of Trump. As we go into this election day, as spiritual warriors, it is very important that we see what's really going on beneath the surface of us, of you, because what's really going on right now is this opportunity to implode everything that's not working anymore. And until we will never change unless we have someone like a Trump in the mix. We won't change. Whether you like him or not, it's brought about a lot of people waking up, coming together. We could not change the way the human nature is going without a disruptor. And I want you to think about his name for a minute, Trump. The Trump card, the final card, right? Trump Tower, the Tower card from the Tarot. Think about this for a moment. Nothing is by accident, especially people that are at that level. Nothing is by accident. Their names all mean something. The person who shot him I know some people think it didn't happen and it was set up and staged. It doesn't even, I mean, yes, it matters, but not for the sake of what I'm telling you. The person who shot him, his last name was Crooks. Okay, there is symbolism in everything. And this is not about conspiracy. This is about opening your eyes, okay? So what I wanted to share was, like, as we're going into election day, we're in election day, whatever side you're on, it's bigger than that. We have been being played for a very, very long time, pitting us against each other, red, blue, right? Red, blue, fight. You're right. I'm wrong. We have been being played. I'm not kidding. It is up to us. So when someone like the Big T comes in and disrupts, and boy, is he good at that. If for those of us that are waking up like you and I are, And I'm going to put myself in that camp because that is all I want to do is wake up. And I know that you want to wake up too. That putting us in that camp of waking up, we know that it's bigger. It's bigger. This is going to go down in history, I guarantee you, as the greatest interrupter of all time, what we're going through to get people, to get us to the next phase of what it means to be human, to get us out of these systems that no longer work for us. People, the mainstream media, it is dying. Nobody watches it anymore, except the boomers, really. I mean, if I'm honest, really, it's true. I don't know anybody who watches it. There, you go to a YouTube channel and they get more views. But my point is these things are dying because they don't work anymore. More people are homeschooling their children than ever before because of what happened in COVID. The systems are breaking down and they have to break down. You and I are in the middle of the wobble right now. We're in the middle of the breakdown. And what I'm going to say really quickly about Trump is he is probably, I would guess, the most hated man ever to live. Maybe not the big H. I'm not even going to say his name because I know those two have been compared to one another. One of the most hated men in history and the most loved. People love him. People love him. He's known as either the devil or the savior. And there's barely any in between that I have seen. I'm sure there's someone out there that's like, I don't really like that. But mainly it's savior, hate. People, his karma fascinates me. It absolutely fascinates me that because I trust God. I trust God has put Trump, Harris, Clinton, all the people, all the major players into place to wake us up. I really believe that. And it's painful. And some waking up. Have you remember watching The Matrix when Neo took the red pill and he woke up and it was like he was vomiting and he saw what was really going on. And it was like, it was hard. It's like going through a deep ayahuasca ceremony is what we're in. We are in a giant ayahuasca ceremony and we're coming out of the dark night of the soul for the collective. We're starting to peek out of it, but man, we're at that last stretch and it feels icky and it feels hard. So whatever it is that you're this is what I want you to do. This is what I would encourage you to do is whatever comes up around any political theater. See, it is fucking theater. Excuse my language. It is like whatever, but it's real. It's theater that actually affects our lives, but it's theater. Is to look at any political person, any sports hero person, right? I don't know what to call them. I don't watch sports. Actors, right? I mean, actors. Who cares who the actors vote for? Who cares? Like literally, who cares? But it's such a big deal for some people, right? It's such a big deal. Like my daughter loves Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift came out and endorsed Harris, and it was like, oh God, the goddess has spoken. Who cares? But people do care. But people do care. Think about her. Shake it off. I just said it. Taylor Swift. The amount that little girls, teenage girls, project onto her. Woo! We don't know what she's really like. We have zero clue what really she is like behind closed doors. None. But girls project all over them. Men project all over them. So when you begin to think about these figures that are in our life, particularly the political ones, I'm going to encourage you to look at what's coming up inside of you. Is it hate? If it's hate, okay, but you might be like, okay, he's the worst. He sucks. Okay, maybe. What is it bringing up in you? What's going on underneath? Because he's only bringing out something deeper in you. I guarantee it. And that's the same with Harris or any of the others. What are they bringing up in you? Go deeper. As a warrior, go deeper. The only way we're going to break through this is no, there is no savior. There is no savior. There's only God. The guides of the highest light and the highest resonance. And the God the God goddess within, that awakening that part of ourselves within, waking up and coming back home to our soul's light. This election has distracted people in a major way. Like, it's distraction times 100. Come back. Come back. Because whatever's going on out there, yes, it's going to affect our lives, but what affects our lives more is our relationship to ourselves and your relationship to the divine, your relationship to God. The rest is all learning. I wanted you to think about like pulling out like an angel or a hawk or something like this and like, okay, what's really going on? What do I really see? Don't get myopic with this. Okay, I don't like him. Okay, I don't like her. Why? What does it bring up in me? Because remember this, like I said earlier, there's no accidents here. I truly believe that everything that's going on is here to wake us up, even the uncomfortable parts, so we can come out of the collective dark night of the soul. And I want to read something really quickly to you that someone wrote about Trump. It's really long. I'll keep it really short. Donald Trump is an excellent archetypal shadow projection case study for our times, meaning that people project all over him, love, hate. He carries immense psychic pressure from people's positive and negative projections, which speaks for the strength of his whole being. This statement, now you might be going, he's not strong. Like if you had a reaction to that sentence, come back into your warrior, pull back. What did that bring up in you so you can grow? This statement does not imply that I see him as a good or bad person. It's not a judgment of his character. I'm speaking about unseen psychic energies and cosmic forces in the context of thought projections and the psyche. We are projecting all over these political figures. What is it bringing up? And he says most people are caught up in these oversimplified good, bad, either or projections. One side see him as Hitler and dictator or controlled off-shill Luciferian or false savior. The other side see him as a savior/messiah who can do no wrong, right? He even said it. I can go on 7th Avenue and shoot someone in the head and won't lose supporters. I think that's actually true, right? So what he's saying is one side sees him as Hitler and the other side sees him as a messiah who can do no wrong. However, that people are caught up in oversimplified good, bad. You will see, let's see, I think I'll stop there. If you want to know, if you want the longer article, I can send you. Don't normally like talking about politics, but this feels really important for where we are in the world. And my mission, my vision for you and for everyone else is that we go through this awakening with ease, grace, love, positivity, community, tribe. When we project outward, we're losing the incredible work that we can do on the inside. That doesn't mean you're not gonna not vote or you like this policy, you don't like that policy. I'm talking about the emotional piece that we all can feel. And again, we have been in a dark night of the soul for a very long time. And I truly believe that we are finally starting to come out of it. And we're at that last icky bicky part, right? And no matter what happens at the end of today, into next week and beyond, the next 4 years, just know that you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay. I'm going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. And at the end of the day, it's all set up for our growth if we choose it. If we choose it, it's here for us. It's here for us. Love your neighbors, love yourself, love your family. At the end of the day, us humans, we are here to love. We're here to love and we're here to grow and come to one of my equine healing horse retreats. I just have to put that in this. Oh my gosh, you all. Talk about projections and shadow work with horses. Literally next level. Okay, next level. I had to put it in because we just had one and it was on the top of mind. And I saw people heal generations and thousands of hours of therapy in a session with a horse. Incredible. But we are here to love. We are and be in community. Be in community. If you start to project good and bad, remember it's not that simple. Come back and what is this? What is this showing me? What's this bringing up in me? And if we could all get there and hold in the tension of opposites, which Carl Jung talks about, holding in the tension of opposites, not getting swayed to good, bad, red, blue, but we can hold. That's where the true emotional maturity, that's where the true emotional mastery comes from. You are a warrior. You are a warrior. Nobody, not a political figure, not an actor, not a sports hero, gets to take your power. Nobody gets your power. Nobody. You understand? Because you're that powerful. I need you. We need you. And when I say I need you, it means like I'm starting it. I need you on this army of warriors who are, we stand for justice and peace and love and compassion and courage and joy. That's why. And I love you. All right. My name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next meeting.